We're going to move straight into our next one as well. Will you please welcome Grayson from Bedside, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Grayson from Bedside, and I'm going to keep this conversation on a very personal tone. Can I ask any of you out in the audience, has anyone ever had a family member in senior care? Yeah, it looks like a lot of you this will hit close to home with this story. So we'll start with Brian's family, his mom Mary and his two sisters. Now, Mary broke her hip about 2 weeks ago, so now she's in a skilled nursing center where she's rehabbing. And Brian's really the sole person in the family to take care of the day-to-day decisions, make sure things are going well. Now, the downside is this: when Brian can't be there in person, when he calls in, the facilities just aren't set up to deal with this flow of incoming calls and getting that information back to the families with the answers to the questions. So when Mary's sisters try to find out what's going on in addition, like they can't quite get the information they want either. So in this situation, once Brian calls in, he ends up usually getting put on hold. He gets passed around, and sometimes they tell him they're not going to call him back, or sometimes they tell him that they're going to call him back, and they just don't get back to him at all. And you can imagine the guilt that Brian's feeling. His mom's in there. He's just trying to find out what's going on, and he can't even find out what's going on with his own mother in care. In addition, there's a whole family dynamic where the sisters, Brian, nobody knows what's going on. And all that energy gets transferred to Mary. So, for instance, in this situation, his sisters ask him, "Hey, did you remember to ask about the medication change?" And Brian realizes he completely spaced it. So he needs to go back through the process, to go wait on hold, and waste so much more of his day just to find out what's going on with his own mother. So we at Bedside have created a solution which brings the whole family into the care process, giving every single person daily updates about what's going on through the process. So most families want to know basic things. How's my mom feeling? Has she done rehab? How's rehab going? When are we expecting her to actually come home? So here's a quick glance of some screenshots of our app. So in this situation, the entire family is notified that there's been a medication change. So the family no longer has this constant state of worry and not knowing what's going on. Where are we at on traction? Well, we have a deep partnership with one of the largest skilled facility operators, giving us access to 10,000 beds. That's on one side, and in addition, we're working with one of the largest electronic medical record systems.
Round of applause for Grayson. Sorry, my friend, that timer, it's getting a lot of people today. Judges, 2 minutes of questions.
Can you make it 2 quick questions? Can you talk a little bit about the team and how you came about this? And then 2, so if I understand it correctly, the senior care providers need to be on the platform and provide all the updates through the app to the family members. Is that correct?
Correct, but most of our information comes from the electronic medical record companies. So a very small amount comes from the caregivers, and we've made it so it takes about 10 to 15 seconds per person for them to input the information. And the team, my co-founder RJ has founded a few companies before. One of them, Bustle.com, it's got valued at 100 million lately. Rhubarb Studios is our tech partner. And yeah, as far as how I got into this, I've gone through a lot of health issues myself over the years, which got me excited to really make a difference in healthcare. So about 9 months ago, I decided I want to do something in healthcare. So I asked around and tried to figure out like real problems. And the more I asked, I got deeper and deeper, and I kind of got obsessed with it.
How do you charge today?
$10 per bed per month.
You charge the payer, or you charge the
facilities?
Caregiver? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what does the onboarding look like for the family? I mean, how do you acquire those families, and how do they find out about it? And
Yeah, so when they're signing up their parent into a facility, they really decide who the people that are going to be notified are at that point, and then they give them access to the app. Yeah, the real value proposition of the facility is they fill beds, and they have increased communication effectiveness with the families.
How many patients on the system?
That's all we've got time for the Q&A. Thank you very much. Well done, Grayson. Thank you.